Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to League of Our Own. It's your girl Carolina Teague, and this is episode 7 of League of Her Own. Welcome back. It is September 28th, 2022, and I'm here at VodPod Media Studios with my guy, radio husband and producer Lamar Jackson, making sure everything is running smoother than olive oil on a baby's behind. Lots to get into today. We're going to be talking about Hurricane Ian that's hitting Florida. What does that affect, and what does that mean for the sports world? Spurs Media Day, I was there. What stood out? The email Udoka, Nia Long stuff that's been all over the news. NASCAR, Aaron Judge, and of course, Rihanna doing the Super Bowl. So we got lots to get into today. But first, I want to talk to Guyland. Guyland, how have you been hanging in there lately?
I'm doing good, girl. What's up? Oh, is my cam? Yes, it's pretty much in focus.
Yeah.
Dwayne didn't get a good focus. Good Lord. Anyway.
It's okay. It's still a great show. And let me just say this. I've been sick. I'm just going to get that out the way. I've been dying. I could barely get out of bed the last 48 hours. My diet consisted of soup. I just ordered Olive Garden before we went live. Kylie was like, you can't order Olive Garden right now. It's too late to order Olive Garden. But I'm dying right now, and I'm barely surviving.
Are you still ordering Olive Garden because you're still looking at the screen?
No, I'm looking at you. But
look at the people.
Say
hi to the people.
Hi, people. How are y'all doing today? Well, no, I've been sick. I haven't been feeling too well, and I'm not trying to do that for sympathy. I'm just letting you guys know what it is.
So it means I got to carry you on my back today.
Pretty much. You're gonna have to carry this show.
No, I'm not carrying the show.
Why
not? Because I'm not going to carry the show. I'm not the co-host yet.
You're not the co-host.
You haven't given me a co-host vibes yet.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What is a co-host vibe?
You got me sitting on the other side of the wall over here in the dark, dank room.
Well, okay, so if
you got that pretty blue light.
What? Okay, if I was to be a co-host or ask you to be my co-host, what would you expect? Like co-host privileges?
You need to put a ring on it first.
What do you mean?
You got to put a ring on it.
I'm not putting a ring. I already got my own damn ring. I ain't putting no extra ring. First of all, I'm supposed to be your radio wife. You should buy me a goddamn ring.
No, it don't work that way.
Oh my God, man. You're one of these millennial men. I can't stand y'all these days.
No, millennial men.
You're one of the, for real. Seriously. First of all, my prayers go out to everybody who is affected by Hurricane Ian. Jesus. It's a hurricane category 4. It's at 155 miles per hour. My real job is located. I do a lot of loans in Florida, and a lot of my coworkers live in Florida. They've had to relocate.
Oh.
Yeah, they've had to relocate to Orlando, and they basically said that a category 5 is 157 miles an hour, but it's hitting landfall at 155, so it's damn near a category 5 hurricane. And
yeah, I think they downgraded it to a 3. Last I looked.
Well, once it hit landfall, right? So once it hit once it hits landfall, it downgrades. But when it hit, it was a category 4.
4, correct.
Which is major too, by the way. I don't know if you guys seen all the videos online of all the people that have been affected. They had to save a cat. I saw that. And then I saw like a door fall apart off its hinges because of the water. It was really, really sad.
So have you ever been in a hurricane before?
That's what I was going to ask everybody. If y'all have ever been in a hurricane, let me know.
Yeah, I've been in 2 or 3.
Okay, what hurricanes were they? Do you remember the names?
I want to say it was Katrina was the very first one I was in.
So you were in Katrina?
I was literally in Galveston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
If it is Katrina, I'm going to look it up right now. Mm-hmm. But I was in Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. My grandmother lived in Texas City, which is north of, was that 2005? 2005.
Yeah, it was around 2005.
No, it wasn't Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. It was way before that.
Okay, so but you were in a hurricane.
I was in a hurricane, and it was north of Galveston, and my dad said I should stay with my grandmother because my grandmother didn't want to leave, right? Mm-hmm. So we stayed there, and we had a downdraft that broke down like a 2-story. My grandmother had a pecan tree, mm-hmm. and their downdraft broke all the branches, and all the branches cut straight down. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was one thing. We were out pushing somebody's car out, and the water was like waist high. Mm-hmm. I can't remember how tall I was or how I was probably like under 5 feet. I'm trying to remember. I want to say I had to be less than 15, so I had to be like maybe 11 or 12 years old. But yeah, it was a crazy hurricane. I'll have to look it up to see which one it was.
So were you scared? Do you remember being scared?
I remember it being a lot of like wind and stuff flying around, and you could hear it. But the homes down there are actually built for hurricane type weather, right? Because they're so close to the coast. So I don't remember being scared. You know, you try to be the little man in the house and stuff like that. We moved to San Antonio. And then when we got to Houston, because we lived in Houston, when we got to Houston, our power was out for a week in Houston.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so I haven't been through it like some people have, but it's having no power for a week with crazy humidity is wild.
I've never been in a hurricane, but I had a lot of family members who were part of Hurricane Harvey. One of my ex-boyfriends, I met him in Houston because he was a Katrina refugee. He was from New Orleans and he moved to Houston. We started dating and, he was one of those Katrina people. And when I say Katrina people, like, because a lot of people from Katrina left New Orleans and they came to Houston, and he was one of those people. So hurricanes really changed everyone's life. If y'all have ever been in a hurricane, let me know how that is. That's actually one of my biggest fears, and that's probably why I don't want to live by a coast, even though I love the ocean. I'm just so afraid of being a part of a hurricane because I wouldn't know what to do if there was floods and water surges. I probably would go a little bit crazy, and I'd probably be a little bit scared. So everybody who's
why? Wait, but why? That's
because I don't want to drown.
But that's not rational, though. That's not normally what happens. Well, you would probably be out there
Well,
frolicking.
yeah, that's the thing. You already know how I am. Like I'm a conspiracy theorist. I like living life on the wild side a little bit. So I'd probably be like, let's take our chances and just stay here and see what happens. That would probably be me. And because I'm so ignorant sometimes, that's probably why I wouldn't want to be there, because I'd probably end up a victim of a hurricane. I'm just going to be honest. Because
You'd probably driving a car around. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd probably drive probably try to get the story. Probably try to get a moment.
Oh, you'd be that dude. You'd be the dude or the chick out there, like
at
100, and you only weigh like $110.
Yeah,
so you'd be blown away.
Exactly, with an umbrella and a camera. Like that's just who I am. Like I just want to live, like take my chances, and that's probably why it wouldn't go well for me. But it also affects the sports world too. In case you care, Hurricane Ian hitting Florida. For the University of South Florida's football game against East Carolina has been located to Boca Raton, which is over there near Miami on the eastern side of the coast.
Boca where?
Boca Raton.
Boca Raton?
Boca Raton, yes. For all you English-speaking people, Boca Raton. Since Hurricane Ian hit the Florida's west coast, my thing is this. Why would you locate to the right side of Florida when the hurricane's a category 4 on the left side of Florida? I mean, you don't think that it's going to be raining all weekend? Like, why not just cancel the game altogether? Why have a game on the right side of the coast instead of the left side? I mean, I think coast to coast from Florida from one end to the next, not that big of a difference.
I think it's a large enough difference, though, because of the hurricane will quickly weaken when it flies or when it goes over the land. So that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm thinking the same thing too.
And they're going to make a lot of money.
That too. And also University of Florida and Eastern Washington was scheduled for Saturday. Now it's moved to Sunday at noon. The NFL announced that the Bucks versus the Chiefs game is going to be relocated to the US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Vikings don't play there that day. But as of right now, it's contingent because they still have the game remaining in Tampa at the moment. And the Tampa Bay Rays are not going to be affected by it. The baseball team at Major League Baseball, in case you guys are interested, they'll be on the road for their stretch against the Guardians in Cleveland Tuesday through Thursday. And then they have a 3-game set against the Astros in Houston beginning Friday. So those are the Stros. Yeah, exactly. Stros before hoes.
Yeah, they're looking good this year. They got a really good chance.
Absolutely. I think Houston is a threat to take it all. I love Houston. I love the way they're playing this year. And
by the way, okay, I figured out. It was Hurricane Alicia.
See, you over here saying Katrina.
And that was 1983, Carolina. Were you born yet?
No, but that was a long time ago. I couldn't imagine being in no damn hurricane.
Yes, it was a long time ago, Carolina.
Tony Ornelas said I would be scared of flooding and power outages. Yes, I would be.
The power outages, it's not so much the power's out, it's just it's hot.
Well, what about getting electrocuted too?
How would you get electrocuted if the power's out, Carolina?
Because that's how power outages happen. The big spark goes out.
Carolina, the power's out.
Yeah, but
how can you get electrocuted if there's no power?
Because what are they called? Those little, we don't have those electricians. They be at the top of the towers, and then the power sparks.
But because that's the power's on.
Yeah, but then it goes out once it blows up. You know, the power fuses.
The transformer.
The transformer, there you go. That's
the reason why the transformer blows up is because the dude put his hand on it and blew up. But if there's no power, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, but if the transformer blows up right around you and then you get electrocuted, then what?
You're not going to get electrocuted.
If a transformer blows up on me, then I will get electrocuted.
But where's how far are you from the transformer?
Exactly. I don't know because I've never been a part of a hurricane.
Then look at a transformer next time you drive. They're like 100 feet, 200 feet from your house on a pole.
Yeah, and if they're on a pole and you're near the pole and the transformer blows up.
Why would you be near the pole? It's too big to pole dance off of.
First of all, I'm not a pole dancer. Anyways. So shout out to everybody who's in Florida right now. I wish you guys the best. I really do. And all the games that are affected, you know, it's going to suck for everybody. I went to Spurs Media Day. When was that? When did I go to Spurs Media Day? Right before I got hit with this huge sickness that had me bedridden the past 2 days. The past 2 days, I could not get out of bed. I went to bed at 7 p.m. yesterday, and I woke up at 8 p.m. I was asleep for 13 hours because I was exhausted from this sickness that I have. And the day before, same thing. I was asleep for like 13 hours. I missed so many calls, so many texts. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything. But I made it to Spurs Media Day, by the way. And for some reason, I don't know why my body works this way, but my body was fine when I went to Spurs Media Day. I didn't feel sick at all. Then as soon as I left Spurs Media Day, that's when I started coming down with the sickness.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that I was sick. I was sick. Anyway, so I went to Spurs Media Day. What stood out to me? First of all, I want to say shout out to everybody who's watching. Ramon, the Streets, Eagles #1 and my Packers #4. Eagles are a great team right now, but I don't want to get into the NFL just yet. God is going to talk about the NFL. We'll get to the NFL shortly, but let me tell you guys this. What stood out to me? Coach Pop was cracking jokes the whole damn time. He had like a 30-minute comedy stand-up show. First of all, let me just say this is my very first time at Spurs Media Day. And all the big people in San Antonio who's in media, they go there. So like you would see like a Don Harris or like like those type of guys, right?
Rudy J.
Yeah, exactly. He was here recently. All the people at San Antonio Sports Star, Jason Minix, Joe Reinagle, Rob Thompson, the people from Sports Tonight, Isabella, reporters, Tom Petrini, all the great Spurs writers.
Oh, wait a minute.
And then my ass.
And Carolina Teague.
And me. And somehow I, kind of finessed my way into the Spurs Media Day. I really finessed my way in there, but.
No, it's legit. Like you did finesse your way in.
I did finesse my way.
The story, right? But they recognize you. The PR people recognize you. They know who you are.
Yeah, they recognize me. Keldon gave me a hug. He was like, "Hey, Carolina." I was like, "Oh my God, he remembers my name." Because I've interviewed him before. Actually, I've interviewed him a few times. And so for him to know me on a first name, I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Keldon?" He looks, first of all, Pop was making jokes, saying that, he said, "I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway. Nobody here should go to Vegas with the thought of betting on us to win the damn championship." So if you guys are going for the Spurs this season, even Coach Pop says, don't go for the Spurs. He doesn't think they're going to go anywhere. And
was that Pop being coy and being Pop also?
He's being honest.
But do you think part of that is like downplaying the expectations at the beginning, and they still could win, say, 30 games?
But don't you think that if you're the head coach, like usually when you hear a head coach talk, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, our goal is to get to the playoffs. Our goal is to win a championship. When you set the bar that low on media day, doesn't that kind of give a damper to the rest of the team? Like,
well, no, not. But didn't you say he was pretty much a? Didn't you say he was pretty much a comedian? the whole time?
Well, yeah, because he said somebody asked him what motivates you, Pop, and he said my paycheck motivates me.
Okay, so
he's being silly.
So Pop was saying things that he normally doesn't say. So we have a new team, right? A newer team. And so are we expecting them? So should we trust Pop in what he's saying? Or is he just playing a role like he was the rest of the day? And I'm going to say he was probably playing a role. I'm not hype on the Spurs at all, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as everybody thinks they're going to be. And a certain sports personalities across the city are going to say tank in 2023. I guess they're going to say tanky in 2023 to make it rhyme or something.
Well, Michael Jimenez is in here. He says they're going to be a 19-win team. I mean, he's not that far off. I mean, one of the things that also stood out to me on Media Day, too, is I didn't recognize that many people. Like,
you mean when you say people, what do you mean?
Like players. Like, these are all.
Oh, of course. Here, I'll put the players back up. Yeah.
Devin Vassell was there, obviously. We know who that is. We know who Josh Primo is. We know Keldon Johnson. We can recognize Jeremy Sohan because he has a Dennis Rodman thing going on where he has the Spurs Fiesta colors. And, of course, we know who Jakob Poeltl is. But, like, the other people, Blake Wesley, there's, Romeo Langford, Malachi Branham, was that Collins was there? I can recognize him too. I can recognize, me personally, I can recognize a lot of the players because I have to watch every damn game. But to the naked eye, to the people who don't follow the Spurs religiously, if you guys were to look at the roster, you guys would not recognize the people that are on the team. So I don't think Pop is lying about saying we're not going to do much this year, because look at how loaded the Western Conference is and has been for the past few years. Do you guys really think that the San Antonio Spurs are going to win a championship? No. So Pop is being honest.
Listen. You know where I stand with this. I'm over there with everybody's favorite person, DeJounte Murray. I'm saying 5 to 7 years before we make any waves, and it may be as long as 10 years before we are in championship contention. So I'm a Spurs fan. I'm a very big Spurs fan. I'm more of like the game, not necessarily like knowing who everybody is and knowing the stats. Mm-hmm. But when the Spurs are playing, I'm a huge fan. With that said, we are going to be in a drought. I don't think if people understood how good we had it for 20 years, it's going to be ugly these next. Do I want it to be? No. But it's going to be ugly these next couple of years.
Yeah, it definitely is. And this is what, like Ramon Mata says, Pop is being a realist. San Antonio's rebuilding. I totally agree. I mean, you can agree to that too. You just said 5 to 7 years. And Tony Ornelas wants them to tank so they could draft the French player. Was it Wimbayama? I can't pronounce his name properly. People are saying KJ is going to go off this year. Devin Vassell. Those are the two players that I think are going to do great.
Right.
But let's just be real. These are people that follow the Spurs closely. If you don't follow the Spurs closely and you look at the roster, you don't recognize the names. This is a rebuilding year. Pop is being honest when he says they're not going to win a championship. He's being realistic. And I agree, KJ is going to ball out. Guylin, do we have the video of how great Kelvin Johnson looks? My friend Keldon.
Yeah, actually I do. Here, let me throw that on and we'll play it real quick. Everybody's going to get to listen to it a little bit. I think the click's in the background. So I'll play it and then I'll go back and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's look at this video because I want everybody to see what Keldon looks like. He was wearing an arm sleeve, if you guys can notice. That's it. Yeah, okay, so this is him. So right here, I took this video of him. You can take that off. There's this video of him that we took from the photographer, and he had an arm sleeve on because he has a shoulder injury. He said that he's going to be fine by the first game of the regular season. He missed camp because of that arm injury, but he'll be back and he'll be fine. He shredded 21 pounds. I don't know exactly how he lost the weight, but I kind of want to get his diet regimen and I want to see how he lost the weight. So I'm really excited about that.
He's an NBA player with the trainers. It is his job. He gets paid millions of dollars to lose weight.
Well, remember I told you, Gylan, last year he was getting body shamed by a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's called big body. His size last year isn't the norm for his position. And people were saying, oh, he needs to lose weight. He needs to drop the pounds. We can't take Keldon seriously unless he shreds all that weight. That was one of the running things about Keldon last year. Even though he was a great 3-point shooter, that was one of the things that everybody said about him. Now look at him. He looks great. Now what can you say about him?
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
That's what happens when you get body shamed. You have to prove the
you
haters
don't lose
wrong.
weight when you get body shamed. That's the worst way to look at it. You don't want to body shame somebody into losing weight. You know.
Well, that happens. I mean,
Right.
Well, that happens to people, especially if you're an NBA player and you're getting highly criticized about your weight, and people are making comments about how you look and your body image. Like, everybody's a human. Even Keldon. You think he wants to hear that he's gaining weight? He doesn't look good for his
but
position?
nobody. But so you can't. Unfortunately, you can't put how I feel in Kelvin's shoes, right? Mm-hmm. So he probably had a trainer. He had all these different things to get to where he needs to be.
Right. He had access.
But I don't. It's dangerous to say he was body shamed. That's why he lost weight.
That is, yeah, it is dangerous to say.
I think he lost weight because I mean, the team probably told him like, yo, to be better, to get better, to be a better player, to be a better NBA player, to be more explosive, faster, so on and so forth. It's the same thing with Zion, right? Everybody talks about Zion's weight. Zion is a big dude to begin with. He had a funky walk. Yeah. I believe that they went back, they fixed his walk, they fixed his run. No, seriously.
Yeah.
And he gained weight. And so we don't ever talk about it, but some of these players, to heal, they're on steroids. And so they put on weight, and then they got to be reshaped. And you get, I mean, listen, I'm off of work for a day, and I got this big. No, I'm just saying. But you get off of work for a while, you're not focused, you gain weight. It is what it is.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And who's to say he wasn't focused? Maybe he just didn't give a damn about losing weight. Maybe he felt like he was in great shape. But
you think Kelvin Johnson gives a damn about what like Brian Windhorst is saying?
I honestly don't think he gives a damn, but I'm glad that he shut up the body shamers. Whether that was his reasoning or not, can't nobody say, based off that video that I took, that Keldon Johnson looks bad. He looks great.
But did he look bad? I need to look at him last year.
Look at him last year.
Look bad last. He didn't look bad.
Well, everybody's saying he looked like he was too big for his position.
I think he looks felt. I think he looks good.
I always thought he looked good, but he looks great now. He looks like okay, yeah. What can you say now?
Right.
All right. Let's go to Ime Udoka.
Oh Lord.
All right. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I want you guys to answer the question for me. Do you guys think that a lot of people are here. Hi, Michael. Hi, Tony. Thank you guys for watching. I want you guys to tell me, do you think that the suspension was warranted for Ime Udoka?
No.
Okay. I don't think so either. Well, I don't know. Why? Why do you say that?
Why are we suspending Ime Udoka for all those games? It makes no sense to me.
Well, according to ESPN, in an article they wrote, the reason why they gave him that suspension was because the organization made a decision to suspend him for a whole year because they ran a months-long investigation by an independent law firm that uncovered multiple violations of the team's policies. We don't know what those violations were, but what we do know is that he had a consensual affair with a Boston Celtics employee, and he's also engaged to Nia Long at the same time.
Okay, so but listen, unfortunately people cheat. Okay, I don't agree with any of it. What he did was wrong, but I don't think it warrants a suspension for all those games for a year. And why not fire the guy? Why keep him on, right? And then if we're going to start holding people to morality clauses like that, then we need to start firing firefighters, police officers, military members, dudes that we work with. Women that we work with.
You're going too far with that. What is that? What do all those people got to do with this? He signed a contract.
Because why are we holding him to a higher standard?
Because he signed a contract, and there's clauses on his contract that he can't do stuff like that.
Every contract that you sign, everywhere you work, has a morality clause in it.
Where? I don't have a morality clause in my contract.
Read the contract that you have. You can't do anything that disparges the company or anything else.
I can understand like the military because they have a clause that everybody knows about. You can't have affairs in the military. But in my job, my 9 to 5, I don't have a morality clause.
But you have clauses in there that you cannot make the company look bad. And they could, if they wanted to, your company could enforce it and say, you made the company look bad, we are going to fire you. You can't, firing or suspending should not. Hold on.
Wait. You're going off topic. That has nothing to do with the Celtics, though.
It has everything to do with the Celtics.
What do you mean? How does what people do in their 9 to 5 have to do with what happened to the Celtics? This is their company. That's how they want to run it. This is his job. This is career. You know what I'm saying?
When he is off the court, it is not his job. It's not his job when he's off the court.
Okay, hold on. Let me just hold you to that, because Matt Barnes said at first Matt Barnes had his back, the NBA player / NBA analyst. Then he took his video down. I wish we had the video, but we didn't. Matt Barnes then took his video down. Then he came out and said, I found out what really happened, and I don't want to speak out and have his back, because what happened is far worse than what the public knows. So if Matt Barnes is coming out and saying that it was pretty bad, then it had to have been worse than what we know, what the public knows.
Right.
So who are we to say that the suspension was warranted or not warranted?
And if that is the case, then I truly believe that they need to make some sort of statement and not just make it, oh, he cheated, that's it, right? I think it needs to be more, because cheating to me should not be a year-long offense. And if you're not going to say it, but you went public, and just like one of the sports commentators were saying, you do not. That was leaked by the Boston Celtics to the media, because the media got that. So that was done to publicly shame Ime Udoka. Regardless of what you think of the man, that is his private life. Now, do I think it is? Again, it's not. It's horrible. It's wrong. But I don't think he should be suspended for a year.
That's with the information that you know, though, not with what we don't know.
And if he's fraternizing with the woman, and she was part of it, and it was not sexual harassment, she needs to be also
suspended as well.
Yeah, for a year.
Okay. Chris Villaseñor said he pulled up an R. Kelly. He banged the boss's daughter or wife. I'm thinking it had something like that too. It had to have been like, because
he pulled an R. Kelly.
Mr. Have you heard "Contagious" by Mr. Big? That's what they're referring to. That song, "You're Contagious." Touch me, baby. It's like about an affair, not R. Kelly. Not the actual R. Kelly. That was a bad.
I was about to turn this show off. You ain't bringing up no damn R. Kelly.
No, he's talking about the song where they have an affair.
Okay.
No, look, I'm telling you, like it is like it could have been a Mr. Big R. Kelly situation where there was an affair with somebody for the Boston Celtics organization's wife. TMZ also reported too that the way that the husband found out, whoever he is, because they're keeping it a secret, was he heard about the affair through the doorbell camera. That's how he found out, through his doorbell camera.
So check this out. Remember Tony Parker, what Tony Parker did?
No, what did he do?
He cheated with, I think it was Brent Berry's wife.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't suspended for a year.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something we don't know.
It's something bigger. Yeah.
It's something bigger, like Matt Barnes said. Matt Barnes said he couldn't condone it. So we don't know what happened. But based off what we do know, there was a consensual relationship. He got suspended for a year. But I agree with you. Why publicize it if there's more to it than what we know? Why are they publicizing it without giving us the details? That makes us understand why this year-long suspension happened. Because if it's just a consensual affair between two people, then yes, the woman should be suspended, and so should Ime Udoka, both of them. But if there's more to it, and Ime Udoka did something that totally violates the Boston Celtics organization, what they stand for, then either we need to know about it, or they just need to like shut the hell up and not tell us, because now we're all over here looking stupid playing the guessing game trying to figure out what happened. Because
whatever is, listen, he broke the contract, right? And if there is a morality clause in the contract that says there is no fraternizing, you cannot sleep with an employee, especially somebody who is like an assistant coach or underling, then I don't disagree with him getting suspended. I don't like it. I think we're invading on people's private lives. But if he signed the contract, he signed the contract, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the end of the story.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope more comes out soon, because I feel like they haven't painted the picture for me to understand why this suspension was warranted for a whole year.
Yeah.
And why the female who was involved in this wasn't suspended as well. Because if an affair is consensual, then shouldn't both people be punished? That's how I see it. But because we don't know all the details, and the Celtics organization and Matt Barnes, who's, by the way, part of the media, even though he says, I can't tell y'all, even though he's part of the media.
Yeah,
that, which is a whole contradiction on its own.
Right.
We need to hear what happened, and I'm waiting for the details to come out. But somebody brought up Malika Andrews. Malika Andrews got into it with Stephen A. Smith over it. That was a little suspect.
We can't get into that deep, but that whole thing with Malika Andrews, because even with the guy later on, she went into his background of what he did.
The interim head coach, which
and I don't understand that. So something tells me there's somebody pulling strings over at ESPN to keep people quiet. Because I was really surprised Malika Andrews pulled that.
Well, you know what I think too? It's like, how come Kendrick Perkins says he knows what's going on? Malika's alluding that she knows what's going on. Matt Barnes is saying he knows what's going on, but none of them are telling us.
Because they're professionals.
Well, no, isn't that supposed to be like you're supposed to be the insider?
No, because think about, if you tell somebody what's going on, right? Then you break the confidence of the team. You break the confidence of the people that you know are doing dirt, that you see are doing dirt, and you're probably doing dirt. So you can't say anything. Again, listen.
Cheating is wrong, and I feel bad for Nia Long.
Yeah, I feel bad for Nia Long. And really, if you look at it, sports are disgusting when it comes to men and cheating, period. And probably women's soccer and women's sports as well, right? Yeah. It's not just NBA. It's a disgusting cesspool of people having sex with a whole bunch of other people.
That's what I'm saying. Not everybody cheats, but there's a lot of cheaters everywhere, period. Not even in the NFL. There's probably a bunch of cheaters watching this shit.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's
somebody say, okay, we're gonna go, but Michael Consecao, which we're starting to do the tinfoil hat thing. We're gonna come out with the tinfoil hat segment soon. He says that the side chick might be pregnant. So that's a conspiracy, and we'll keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, we're going to do NFL rapid fire real quick. So we got some NFL stuff. Let's go, Guyland.
All right, so I'm going to jump on this. So we got 30 seconds, Carolina, to talk about each one of these as they come through, right? So I'm going to go on and jump into it right now.
Okay, y'all tell me. Y'all got to jump in, too. We got 30 seconds to give comments on what we think. Let's go.
All right, 30 seconds. You kicked your own dude in the ass.
What?
You kicked your own. Look at the screen. Look at the TV screen.
Okay, this was what towards the end of the game, the second to last drive of the Bills versus Dolphins game, and this is when he basically got a safety, right? Didn't he kick it back to himself? And the Bills got 2 points off of this. This was really, really stupid. This was a bonehead move. And yes, the Dolphins ended up winning that game, but the only reason why they won that game is because the Bills ran out of time. I think if the Bills could have had just about one more minute, they would have won that game. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Oh man. Let's see. Tom Brady lost. And what did I tell you about this? The Mercury retrograde is going on until October 2nd. And seeing Tom Brady lose against, first of all, pissed off that he lost against the Packers. This was supposed to be your game, and you ended up losing. So that really
we're seeing the decline of Tom Brady as we speak.
Well, he's getting old. I mean, or not old. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting old, but
in NFL years, he is old.
Okay, so Mercury retrograde stuff too, which is when everything is all backwards in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, he also lost. Are we seeing a decline in Patrick Mahomes too?
No, not at all.
Okay, so it's not a decline for Patrick Mahomes, but it's a decline for Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady
is a 40-year-old NFL quarterback. That's unheard of.
But there's also injuries on his team. They don't have Gronk anymore. He retired. Mike Evans, he's been out. They have injuries on their team too. So it's not just Tom Brady being trash. I mean, he's got injuries that he's got to deal with too.
Nobody said Tom Brady was trash.
What the hell is this?
That's your boy from the Patriots quarterback.
Oh, the guy who got injured, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought that. Okay. I mean, he's just unlucky to me.
Look at the TV screen in front of you, Carolina.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. Lamar Jackson, this is your boy. I'm going to let you talk about him.
Lamar Jackson is having the best year. Every year, the first 3 or 4 games, he does amazing. He got hurt last year. He is in the running for MVP right now. The boy is fire. He's always been fire. He is the most dangerous man in the NFL right now, period.
Lamar Jackson is cold, and this is your boy, and I'm going to keep my eye on him because you believe in him. I believe in him too.
Yeah, he is the greatest running quarterback ever, and is turning into a really, really good quarterback and can do some really special things.
That was my week right there, getting kicked in the ass.
Yeah.
That was my week. Getting kicked in the ass by allergies, by everything else in life. That was my whole ass week.
Yeah, that was you just got kicked in the ass with the ball the whole week, right?
Yeah, but I still ended up winning the game of life. I'm here, and we're doing the show today.
Yeah.
Tony Ornelas
we're back on Tom Brady.
Tony Ornelas says that Lamar Jackson should be the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, I think the quarterback salaries are crazy right now, but I would agree. I do think that we could see him as one of the, if not the highest paid quarterback, especially if he stays healthy the entire year and he leads them to say 2 or 3 playoff wins. If he leads them to a Super Bowl, you might see him break $500 million.
I mean,
with say 300 or 400 guaranteed. The dude is just, it's crazy.
Okay, guys, we got the NASCAR fight that we want to talk to y'all about. I don't know if y'all guys got to see this, but this is actually really funny, so I wanted to show y'all.
Okay, here, let me jump into the NASCAR fight.
Basically, a fight broke out between 2 drivers, Andrew Grady and Davey Callahan, at a late model stock car qualifying race for the Martinsville 300. Apparently, Andrew Grady thought he was wrecked by his competitor, Davey Callahan. That's when the trouble really started. Apparently, according to Grady, Callahan flicked him off, and he walked up to him, and he, quote-unquote, Mike Tyson him in the head. Let's watch it.
And here we go.
If you're inside that top 10, we got trouble down. We got a major fight going on down here. And I mean, Tibbers had Flair kicking the race car. We got fists flying. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Andrew Grady trying to go after the driver of the 41. We saw him show some displeasure on the race.
You know, if you're inside that top 10.
All right, let me start off.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
You're a real tough guy.
Y'all got to
hitting
tell me what
somebody
y'all's
else in a
thoughts on it.
seatbelt in a car, right? Like, you really tough, homeboy. And then why get out your car? All you do is make left-hand turns. So you mean to tell me you're going to get out your car and go beat somebody else up that's stuck in a seatbelt? That's weak. It's weak. It's weak.
I think it's weak, too. He obviously couldn't wait until Callahan got out of his car to start punching him. It's good to know that, you know, we're not the only hood ghetto people in this world who's going to start a fight for no damn reason. Just because you flicked me off, I'm not going to hit you with a helmet. He could have took his helmet off. I thought it was weak too. And I just didn't think that this was classy for this NASCAR racer to be hitting people. And he should be suspended. Shit. Since we talk about suspensions, suspend his ass.
Carolina, the white on white crime is out of hand.
I think that y'all need to tell me that, okay, I need y'all to tell me this if y'all are watching. Are y'all about that life? If somebody flicks you off when you're driving, are you going to get out of the car and are you going to start hitting them in the face? Would you do that? Or would you pull their card and see if they get out the car and then start fighting them? What would you do, Gylan? I
wouldn't do it, no. Because in Texas, you can get shot, period. Done. Texas, Florida, they're shooting you, and they have every right to because they were scared for their life because the chubby black guy got out the car, and, we're going to shoot him. I look like a big-ass teddy bear, a brown panda. You're going to shoot me because you mad. But you flick me off.
So if someone was in the car and they were disrespecting you, you wouldn't fight them. You would just what?
Why would I get out my car to go fight somebody? That don't make no sense. Take off my seatbelt to go get in a fight in the middle of no.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. Like, I feel like what I would do is it just depends on my mood that day. I might fight if I feel like it. That's what I would do. I might hit somebody. Who knows?
Okay.
I just feel like there's a level of respect. If you hit me, if you hit my car, actually, as a matter of fact, I almost did get into a fight with somebody hit my car. They disrespected me. and I almost got into a fight. This
So
was a long
if somebody
time ago.
hits your car, it's worth going to jail?
Okay, so I'm going to go to jail because somebody's disrespecting me and they hit my car and I'm going to be the one that goes to jail? Is that how this works?
Hold up.
Is that how this works?
Somebody hits your car, nobody sees it, you get out the car, you go fight, and now both of you all are swinging on each other when the police come up. How are you going to convince the police who did what?
Because in Texas is he said, she said. Don't ask me how I know that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You pay for insurance on your car, right?
Yeah.
Pay your $250 deductible, take your ass home.
Okay, but if they start just, okay, I'm telling you, one time somebody hit me and the dude was cursing me out. He was calling me every name in the book and he tried to fight me. He tried to, a grown ass man.
Did he get out his car?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
but
did you get out your car?
Yeah, I did. Let me tell you what happened. So I was at home, I was between a Home Depot and a Taco Cabana, right? He gets out the car, but it turns out he's in a wheelchair. So he starts rolling down the street.
Wait, so you were fighting a handy-capable
person?
No.
Hold on. Let me finish the damn story. I didn't want to fight him because he was handicapped. But because he was handicapped, he thought he could fight me. So he pulled up to me, started hitting me with his wheelchair. And then he started saying racist stuff. He started saying that of course I'm at a Home Depot.
So you were going to fight
I'm a
man in a wheelchair.
No, well, damn, he was calling me every name in the book, and he was hitting me with the wheelchair.
All you had to do was push him away.
No, that's rude. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch nobody who's disabled. But
you going to fight him.
No, I'm saying I didn't fight him because he was disabled. But had that man have not been disabled that day, and he was talking to me the way he was talking to me, I probably would have hit him. I probably would have fought him that day. That's all I'm saying. Like, you people can't hit you like this guy did in NASCAR. Hit you, curse you out, and expect you not to do nothing about it. So what are you
protecting?
What do you mean? What am I protecting?
What are you protecting? Why are you fighting somebody in a wheelchair that cursed you out?
I never fought nobody in a wheelchair. I'm saying if he wasn't in a wheelchair that day, I would have fought him. I would have fought him because he was disrespecting me. Like, he was calling me every name in the book for no reason.
So by you beating him up, he's not going to call you every name in the book?
He was already doing it.
Okay, so let it go.
So I did let it go. And that was probably the hardest thing.
Because he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit nobody who's disabled. I have disabled people watching right now. I'm not going to hit nobody who's disabled. That's disrespectful. He was disrespecting me. I let him disrespect me that day. He got away with it. But all I'm saying is this dude at the NASCAR fight, if he wanted to get out the chair because he felt, or get out the car because he felt disrespected and start swinging on this guy, I don't blame him because you hit me and you're disrespecting me on top of that.
Wait a minute. So you are okay with violence?
I don't condone violence.
No, because this is the thing, and this is why I don't fight, right? So people can say whatever they want to about me. If I go and I hit somebody and they fall and they hit their head and they die, that's involuntary manslaughter. I am not going to jail because somebody was bumping off at the gums.
Well, that was like 12 years ago.
And you sound like you ready to jump through the microphone right now and beat somebody up.
I've grown up since then. I'm not just going to fight somebody just because. I've learned my lesson. But what I'm saying is that day in particular, I would have gotten into a fight.
All right.
Because he disrespected the hell out of me. And he was at fault. He hit my car. And all I'm saying is this NASCAR thing, that's why I sent it to you, because I got triggered. Because I remember getting hit. I remember getting disrespected. You cannot tell somebody how to react once you disrespect them. That's all I'm saying.
But you can control how you decide to act when you get disrespected.
Exactly.
It ain't your fault, but it is your responsibility, the great Will Smith once said. And with fighting, you never get the GO GLENN COCO award.
But Rihanna does. Yeah, I like Rihanna. I'm going to give her a quick GO GLENN COCO. Rihanna, shout out to you for doing the Super Bowl. This is a great pick because Taylor Swift was the runner-up, wasn't she? Like, she declined.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a true story or not. There's somebody put out there Taylor Swift. People started losing their shit. You know, why would you put Taylor Swift up there? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't necessarily know if that was true or not. But I know that I saw a rumor around it. But the only official thing that I heard was that Rihanna was brought in.
If I had to pick between Rihanna and Taylor Swift, I would pick Rihanna 100%.
Oh, all day long.
Can I tell you what really bothered me about this, though? What really bothered me is there was a lot of men who were saying stupid things. Like, not just one person. It was like a multitude of people were like, they have Rihanna for people who don't watch football. So basically, you don't watch football if you like Rihanna. I don't like that narrative because Rihanna is one of the biggest artists in the world. And just because men don't listen to Rihanna doesn't mean that people don't watch football, and you can't watch Rihanna and watch football at the same time. Somebody threw a stat at me because I said, so you're saying that people can't simultaneously watch Rihanna and football at the same time? And they were saying no, because Super Bowl brings in 40% more people, and these people are more likely to watch just because they want to see Rihanna. No. Everybody watches the Super Bowl because it's the most watched event in America throughout the whole year. That's the biggest event in this country. And it's not because of Rihanna they're tuning in. It doesn't matter what artist you put there in the center. They're going to tune in to see that halftime show, no matter who it is. It could be Rihanna. It could be a rock band. It could be country. All of us are going to tune in to see the halftime show. So it's not because of Rihanna the ratings are up. It's because this is how the Super Bowl is structured. It's one of the biggest shows on earth. And if you're going to structure a halftime show, and you're in conjunction with Rock Nation, who Rihanna is signed to, by the way, if you're going to structure a halftime show, why not bring in some of the biggest artists in the world, like J-Lo, Shakira, Bruno Mars, Rihanna? I mean, these are obvious halftime performances. You don't want to put, like, who is a small, like, performer that you could think of? Like, I can't even think of.
Well, they had like, Maroon 5 on, right? And that's when everything started changing after Maroon 5. I'm a huge Maroon 5 fan. I love Maroon 5, but that's when everything really started changing. And the thing is what you have to bring for the halftime show for the NFL. What, in my opinion, what you have to do is you have to bring in people that are going to cut across the cultural barriers of music, and you have to make sure that women are going to sit through halftime and want to watch it, because that's what happens. This is more about women and people that are the casual watcher than it is people that are Metallica, Foo Fighters, Green Day, whoever else. Like, I know who all those are. I can name you maybe 2 or 3 songs for each of them, but I guarantee you half of America and half of the world will be twerking with Rihanna come Super Bowl Sunday. End of story.
I'm excited to see her watch it. There's a bunch of Rihanna fans. Chris Villaseñor is a Rihanna fan. So men do like Rihanna.
Men love Rihanna.
Men love Rihanna. I love Rihanna. And who doesn't want to see the beautiful Rihanna on stage? I'm excited for it. And shout out, she gets the GO GLENN COCO award.
So with that said, we're going to jump into this or that.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Now, with Rihanna getting the GO GLENN COCO, Rihanna is going to actually have her choice of who to bring on. So whenever you have a Super Bowl, you have the performer, they can pick who they're going to bring on to do duets with, right? Rihanna has some huge duets. T.I., JayZ, Kanye West. Okay. She actually has a song with Paul McCartney also that people have no idea about. And it's an amazing song. So this or that, number 1, Carolina Teague. Do you want to see Rihanna perform with Jay-Z, or do you want to perform with Kanye West?
Ooh, this is a tough one. If I had to pick who Rihanna could perform with, this is a tough one for me. I've actually been to multiple Jay-Z concerts and multiple Kanye West concerts. I've seen them both live. Kanye gives a better show. So,
Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Okay.
Kanye West gives a better show. He's a little bit more outlandish in his public persona is a little more outlandish, but I've been to 3 Jay-Z concerts. I've been to 2 Kanye West concerts, and Kanye, hands down, is the better performer. And Rihanna, my first concert, I went to a Rihanna concert before, and Kanye West she was opening up for Kanye West. So they've already have that relationship where they perform together. So
you're going to go with who?
Yay.
All right, I'm going with Jay-Z.
I bet you Jay-Z is going to come out, though, because he's part of the Rock Nation coalition.
I don't know. I mean, he didn't come out last time, and he put it together, so he hasn't been out yet. He might.
But he
could be epic. I do want to see her. I want to see her bring out Paul McCartney, though, and do that song. So y'all Google the song, Paul McCartney, Kanye, and Rihanna. I think y'all like it. All right. Bears are what right now?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Cowboys are 2-1.
Yeah.
Would you rather be the Dallas Cowboys or the Chicago Bears at 2-1?
I love the Chicago Bears. Like, what do you mean be them? You already know, like, I have a fandom and I'm a Bears fan.
It doesn't, but it's not just about fandom.
Like, who do I think will have the...
Who would you rather be? Would you rather be the Dallas Cowboys at 2-1, or would you rather be the Cowboys or the Bears at 2-1?
Can I pass this? I don't want to pick one.
Which one would you rather be?
Based off of the performances last week, I would pick the Cowboys. Because
okay, but hold up. Based
off the last week's performance, I'm picking the Cowboys because the Bears had a pretty tough game against the Texans, and their offensive line looked horrible. And David Montgomery is possibly injured, and so is Byron Pringle. They ruled him out. So the Bears are in a tough position right now.
So because of last week, you want to be the Cowboys?
I don't want to be the Cowboys. I'm just saying, like, if I had to say, okay, here's how I'm gonna do this. Who do I think has a better opportunity next week? Wait, who the hell do the Bears play next week? Hold on, wait. Bears game next week. Let's see.
So just real quick. So while you're looking that up,
okay, Bears play you know what? Bears play the Giants. How about this? I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm picking the Bears because if you're a Cowboys fan that's watching this, you would want me to pick the Bears. You would want the Bears to win next week because they're playing the Giants, and the Giants are in the Cowboys division.
Why are you going so deep?
Because it's the truth. You asked me to pick. I just want to let everybody know why I'm picking the Bears. Bears are my team number one. But not just that. Even people who are Cowboys fans that are watching this, you should want me to be a Bears fan. You should want me to pick the Bears because the Bears are playing the Giants next week. Giants just lost to the Cowboys. And, of course, you guys want our team to beat the Giants. So that way we can help you guys win the NFC East because you guys have tough competition with the Eagles right now. And I would say if you're a Cowboys fan, you should want me to go for the Bears too in hopes that we beat the Giants next week. That's
okay.
where I'm at.
I'd rather be the Bears because the Bears have the luck on their side right now.
No, they don't. They don't have Byron Pringle right now. He's injured.
I know, but I'm saying as bad as the Bears have been playing, they're still winning. So if they play good, imagine what happens. Cooper and Cooper, whatever the Cowboys, I'm not rooting against them. I just don't care about them.
Well, Cooper Rush has been. I almost wanted to go with Cowboys because Cooper Rush.
But they simplified the playbook for him. He's not having to do the throws that Dak Prescott are doing. So yeah, they're going to win, and he's only won 2 games.
Well, at the end of the day, even if you simplify the playbook, you still have to make the plays, and he's doing that.
Okay, well, we'll see if he does it again. I'm not all hype on him or the Cowboys.
If he gets 4-0, he's going to be the first backup quarterback to be 4-0 as a backup quarterback.
Oh, Lord.
The Bears, though, they have worse luck right now because of their offensive line injuries. The Cowboys don't have Dak. They have the issue with Michael Gallup. They have the issue with Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz needs to play next week. But give me the Bears because I want the Bears to beat the Giants. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, on this or that, the most famous episode ever in the history of podcasting and videocasting and vodcasting. Would you rather be a baseball or a baseball bat?
I'd be a baseball bat.
Why?
Because I would beat people.
Man, you violent for no reason. But if you get hit in the nose, do you start sneezing?
Yes, I do.
See, that's all I do is if I was in a fight with Carolina, you just pop her in her nose real quick. Oh, she's so cute. I wish y'all were watching her.
You got to get to my nose first.
Just pop her in the nose and she starts sneezing. Yeah, I think I'd go with a baseball bat too because you put out more punishment. You get less punishment, but they do stick that tar all over you. But baseball, they put spitballs. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with a baseball bat too.
The only thing is the baseball, though, if you throw it hard enough, you could kill somebody.
Yeah, but also with the baseball bat, it cracks. So that would hurt if you were a baseball bat.
Okay, let's just say you need a weapon to kill somebody. Let's just play it like that. If you need a weapon,
are they in a wheelchair still?
No. If you need a weapon to kill somebody who's not disabled, because we don't hurt disabled people. If you had to kill somebody, would you kill somebody with a baseball or a baseball bat? I would kill somebody with a bat because if you throw wrong with the baseball and you miss them, you got to go get the ball and you're screwed.
I'm not even answering this question.
See, Andrew Sandoval says he's definitely hitting with a bat. Kenny says, I woke up today and chose violence.
I never think about killing people, first of all.
Yeah, And Michael Figueroa says you only have one throw with the ball. See, we're all thinking violently today.
No, you're thinking violently. I'm thinking about playing baseball. And would I rather be the instrument that hits the ball and gets used sparingly? And you're talking about beating up people and killing people. You got issues, girl.
I need to go to therapy. Well, this episode was really therapeutic for me.
All right. Time to tell the people goodbye.
Thank you guys so much, Guyland, and let everybody know where they can find you at.
Everything VodPod Media. So if you go VodPod Media on IG, go VodPod Media on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, VodPod space media. You'll find Guyland everywhere.
Yeah. And you can find me at Carolina Teague _ on all social media platforms. Last week I wasn't here. Life got the best of me. I'll be here next Wednesday. For sure. Every Wednesday, you guys can catch me 6:45 here. Don't forget to share this video if you guys really liked it. If you guys like this episode, I really appreciate you guys showing me love. I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Find her podcast on every streaming platform except for Apple Music. We're still working on Apple Music. But everywhere right now are all the updated shows, especially the one with Rudy J. Check that one out.
If you missed the show, guys, don't forget, we're going to be on Spotify, so you guys can tune back and listen. And I really want to know what you guys will kill someone with. Will you kill someone with a bat, or would you kill someone with the ball? I like everyone's answers. You only get one throw with the ball.